Okay, we are live, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Jai Hind,
Good afternoon.
cadets. Today we have session with Ritu Sahani, ma'am, who is an instructor of English language. She teaches voice experiences and she teaches accent trainings, and she's a counselor and she's a soft skill trainer also. Ma'am has been a counselor at Baffle headquarters, head office, I mean, and then she teaches business English, creative English, interview techniques, management skills. She holds expertise in training many cadets who are in making of officers themselves via CDS, NDA, AFCAT, Territorial Army, and CAPF. Basically, these days, ma'am is incorporating defense aspirants and she's trying to mold their life into a better individual. Ma'am, today we are very happy to have you with us. Ritu Sani, ma'am, I welcome you on behalf of 31 UP Girls Battalion. And I over to you, ma'am. With this, we have students from class 8 onwards to postgraduate students. So, ma'am, here is the platform on YouTube Live. Over to
Thank you
you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you so much, Lalita. The pleasure is all mine, and I feel absolutely privileged to be here. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Yeah. Now, a very good evening, all of you, all my audience who all are watching me. A very, very good evening to you. And now, what are we going to do in today's class? What is the agenda? Agenda kya hai? Mudda kya hai? Vocabulary, yeah, techniques to know vocabulary, and how to overcome this fear of English. And the next is how to speak fluently. So these are the 2-3 things. These are the objectives of this session. Now, I am going to begin with vocabulary techniques. I am very excited to share novel techniques. These are my own indigenous techniques. खुद की अपनी creative techniques बनाई हैं मैंने, right? So I am very excited to share. I hope you are as well equally excited at the other end. Although this would have been better had we been on an offline mode, but nevertheless, in Hindi we say uski raza mein razi hai, right? So this platform is there, so let's make the maximum use of it in this hour. So let's get started with the first agenda for the day, which is vocabulary techniques. I'll be sharing, rather Lalita ma'am would be sharing the screen with you. I have forwarded all the content to her. She'll be sharing the screen. The first screen would be vocabulary techniques. So I will just be listing out quickly 10 techniques, but then later on I'll be explaining each technique in detail with the help of examples. So पहले सिर्फ go through कर लेते हैं कि ये क्या techniques हैं. So if I may request you, Lalita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
So can we see all 10 together or no? Not a problem. We can go one by one. Any which way we are supposed to go one by one. Now listen to me, everyone. Look, I am going to be bilingual. Bilingual, I'm going to speak both in English as well as Hindi. You're not going to face any problem. चाहे आपका कोई भी level हो. Yeah, just have that faith. Trust me on this, right? And a Chennai Express dialogue comes to my mind. I would just like to start with that note. Do not underestimate the power of a common man, right? So you do not underestimate yourself. Ki, ma'am to itna English mein baat you're not going to understand. You all are going to understand very, very well. Just have that faith in yourself. You are much more than what you think. राइट आप में सब में चाहे आप स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स हो 8th standard 9th standard whatever is your level. I do understand my audience is a mixed bag. I have people from corporate also, rural background as well. हर background आप सब कुछ समझ पाओगे, not a problem at all. So I get started with the first technique, which is Yeah, if we can just go, you can just show the heading as well, Lalita ma'am. Vocabulary techniques. You just scroll. Yeah. So this is the topic, vocabulary techniques. Now the first technique is get into the habit of Googling visual images of words. Right now, look, when we were small, जब हम बच्चे थे, when we were kids, our textbooks were full of pictures, right? And it was damn interesting. It was very, very interesting because of the pictures. But as we grew older, the pictures started disappearing, and then therefore subjects started becoming boring, right? हिंदी में कहते हैं काला अक्षर फिर भैंस बराबर होता चला गया, right? But then let's go back to the original ways. Visual image से होता क्या है? Why do you think in schools we have smart boards these days? आजकल क्यों है smart boards? It's been a while, अब तो एक decade हो गया, right? Because visual image helps in understanding the word better. It's almost like this thing. There's an advertisement, Mentos, दिमाग की बत्ती जला दे. So the moment you see a visual image, clarity just dawns upon you, right? एक उजाला सा आता है, वो इमेज, वो वर्ड बिल्कुल क्लियर हो जाता है आपको. सो गूगलिंग द विजुअल इमेज, ये आदत डालो कि कोई वर्ड हो उसका इमेज गूगल करो rather than the written meaning. Google the visual image of the word for clarity. Then the next one is mnemonics. Now let me explain this word to you over here first. What are mnemonics? Mnemonic, if the dictionary definition you ask me, something which aids memory. कोई भी चीज जो आपको कुछ याद रखने में मदद करे वो एक न्यूमोनिक होता है. अब now a word ladder, I've written word ladder over here. Word ladder also is a mnemonic. ये vocabulary याद करने में आपको मदद करेगा. कैसे? As I told you earlier, we will be seeing individual examples of all of these. Not to worry. But as of now, if I give you orally, the thing is, let's say I have 5 words with me. Those 5 words are innate, 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 inherent, intrinsic, immanent, right? And inbuilt. Now all 5 words, the observation here is are beginning with I. So 5 eyes. मैंने एक word ladder बना दिया, 5 eyes. So this is how I study vocabulary. What I do is, how do I make a word ladder? I lift the initials. सबका पहला letter देखा. इनमें interestingly सबका पहला letter I था, तो ये 5 eyes बन गए. Otherwise हम दूसरे word ladders भी बना सकते हैं. For instance, जैसे एक word है acme, ACME. Now this is a genuine word ladder. ये genuine word ladder है. A stands for, let's say, apex, C for climax, M for meridian, E for extremity. देखा जाए तो ये चारों words peak के synonyms हैं. शिखर, चोटी, summit, zenith, right? तो acme, ACME. What we did is हमने इन सभी words का initial उठाया. First letter, apex का A, climax से C, meridian से M, extremity से E, right? So ACME, हमने एक word ladder बनाया. तो ये क्या हुआ? ये एक mnemonic है, ये एक technique है to remember vocabulary. So what is mnemonic? Something which aids memory. Now in the subsequent images, I'll be showing you more word ladders. Not to worry, sweat not. Moving on to the third one, which is word association. Now, word association means what? Let's say, स्कूल में जनरली क्या होता है, टीचर्स टेल यू how teachers teach you vocabulary. They tell you, let's say they give you a word and they tell you make sentences. उससे आप सेंटेंस बनाओ, तब जाके आपको वो वर्ड समझ भी आएगा, याद भी रहेगा. But now you know what, these are conventional methods, पुराने भी हो गए. So let's talk about something contemporary. अब मॉडर्न क्या है, मॉडर्न टेक्निक क्या है, लेटेस्ट टेक्निक होती है आप अपने वर्ड को बस एक वर्ड से एसोसिएट करो, दैट्स इट। 2 वर्ड्स हो गए, आपका एक वोकैबुलरी वर्ड, उसको एक वर्ड के साथ जोड़ दो आप, वर्ड एसोसिएशन, राइट, एंड दैट्स हाउ यू रिमेंबर वोकैबुलरी। आपको लेंथी सेंटेंसेस बनाने की नीड नहीं है, यू नीड नॉट मेक दैट, राइट, इट्स जस्ट अ वर्ड एसोसिएशन। For example, let's say I give you the word effulgent. Now it's a difficult word, I am assuming none of you know the meaning. I give you the second word, radiant. Let's say you don't know, I'm just assuming. Of course you could know, of course you could know, you all are good thinking people, but I'm just assuming here. Let me just assume: refulgent, effulgent, resplendent, luminous, radiant, brilliant, bright. And then what I do is I associate it with a word. Let's say अब assumption मेरा है, मुझे ये word नहीं पता, एक भी इसमें से word नहीं आता मुझे, but मैंने एक ऐसा word association किया, associate करते ही you'll be able to judge the meaning, you'll be able to guess the meaning of effulgent. Effulgent sun, refulgent sun. The bride was looking effulgent on her wedding day, right? So what meaning did you understand? I would want you to type in the chat. Let me see if this technique is working with you, right? Luminous sun, lustrous sun. So I would want you to type what have you understood कि इसको सन के साथ एसोसिएट किया है मैंने इन जितने भी वर्ड्स को बोला है ओरली, तो क्या मतलब लगता है इन वर्ड्स का हो सकता है। आई वॉन्ट सम क्विक आंसर्स, यू कैन बी रॉन्ग, इट वुड नॉट बी अ क्राइम, कोई क्राइम तो नहीं हो जाएगा, यू कैन जस्ट राइट, या गिव मी योर, आई वुड जस्ट लव एन इंटरैक्शन प्लीज एवरीवन, या कोई रिस्पॉन्स चाहिए आपको अगर इफल्जेंट वर्ड का मतलब समझा है तो। इफल्जेंट सन, रिस्प्लेंडेंट सन, ग्लीमिंग सन, dazzling sun, come on. I'll be able to see, Lalita ma'am, am I right here?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So quickly, I am waiting so that I proceed. Dazzling. Dazzling sun.
Ma'am, is it visible to you, the live chat?
Yeah,
Okay.
it is very much. I can see private chat and comments, and yeah, it is very much visible.
Okay.
Yeah, it's visible to you as well, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, so you also will get to know if they type anything.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, all right. So what happened? Yes, are you there, all of you? That's a question to you. Effulgent sun, refulgent sun, resplendent sun, dazzling sun, beaming sun, lustrous sun. Sun होता कैसा है? Sun के लिए कुछ adjectives लिख दो वहां पे. Come on. Come on. What do? I proceed then. I'll proceed. I understand it's not easy. It's not easy for first timers. And see, different teachers have different techniques to teach. Not to worry. We'll proceed. Then the fourth technique is collocations. Collocations क्या होते हैं? So I would just want that image back. But yeah,
ma'am, yes, ma'am. They have written, ma'am, certain messages. I think it's not visible to you. They have written radiant, shining.
Yeah, they
then
have
brightness.
Yeah,
Ma'am, have you seen that?
No, I can't see any of these messages.
Okay.
Although it's just empty out here for me. Yeah, it's just empty
ma'am.
out. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am. I'll help you for that matter, ma'am. I'll moderate this. They have written brightness, sun, beautiful. Then they have written shineful.
Yeah, you are right.
They have written sparkling, radiant.
Yes, correct.
Shining.
Correct. Yeah. So
brightening.
Yeah. I want their names. Who has written bright and shining and sparkling?
Okay. Rohit has written shining. Meera has written sparkling.
Yes, yes, correct. These are correct answers. So, without me giving you the meaning of effulgent and refulgent and resplendent, you could guess the meaning. आप guess कर पाए, क्यों कर पाए? That's the power of word association. क्योंकि उसको एक ऐसे word के साथ associate किया जिसके लिए वही एक appropriate एडजेक्टिव है, राइट? सन क्या होता है? शाइनिंग, ब्राइट एंड dazzling, beaming, shining, right? These are the words for sun. यही दिमाग में आता है. So this is the power of word association basically. Then moving on to collocations. See, इसके word में ही इसकी definition है co-located, words which are co-located. Now, by co-located, I mean words which come together, which generally come together for no good reason. For no good reason, native English speakers like to use it that way, right? वो collocations होते हैं. For example, I talk about FIR or complain. आप इससे पहले जनरली कौन सा वर्ड यूज करते हो? लेट्स से आप अपने लिए कहते हो या किसी और के लिए, he dash an FIR. Which is the most common word which you will use with FIR? Anyone, would you like to type? He dash an FIR. He dash a complaint. I'm telling you to fill in the blank with the collocation. चाहे आपको collocation नहीं पता है. Yeah.
Ma'am, Nandini has written filed.
Yes, you are right. Yes, Nandini, absolutely right. Yes, you file an FIR. Yeah, you register an FIR. Correct.
Lodge.
So, lodge. These are 3 collocations with FIR. File, register, lodge. अच्छा, I'll try out a different one. Prank. सुना होगा, कभी आपने किसी के साथ prank किया भी होगा, शरारत. Now, with the word prank, प्रैंक से पहले जनरली कौन सा वर्ड आपने देखा होगा या पढ़ा होगा या सुना होगा? He dash a prank on me. He dash a prank on me. So you are supposed to fill in the blank with the collocation. Try it out.
Chitra has written played.
You are right, absolutely right, Chitra. I am very happy, extremely happy with your answers. So you play a prank. तो ये आपको किसने बताया? किसी ने भी नहीं. Why? क्योंकि ये collocation है. आपने अक्सर ये words को साथ में ही देखा है, right? बचपन से जब भी देखा है, साथ में ही देखा है इन words को. You play a prank. Also, I'll give you one more जो contemporary English में use करते हैं. You pull a prank. You pull a prank on someone. आप किसी के साथ शरारत करते हो. That's it. Then coming to the 5th technique, homophones. Homo is same, phone means sound. So homophones mean similar sounding words. उनका sound same है. So whenever you study vocabulary, you should pay attention to similar sounding words. Now remember, when we did word ladder, orally I gave you 5 eyes. I gave you 5 eyes. Now, when I told you 5 eyes, I talked about a word which is immanent. I-M-M-A-N-E-N-T. Immanent. Now, if I say imminent, the next word is imminent. I-M-M-I, not I-M-M-A. Imminent. And then eminent. ये तीनों homophones हैं. Now, if I give you a sentence, Chetan Bhagat is an eminent author, eminent writer. What do I mean by the word eminent? Anyone? Type it. Come on.
I think they're Googling, ma'am. That's why.
Okay.
Famous.
Okay. Famous.
Anu
right.
Mishra has written famous.
Yes, correct, absolutely right. So eminent होता है famous और immanent होता है intrinsic, inbuilt, जो बचपन से है. For example, my son's teacher used this for my son, that he has an innate talent for speaking. मतलब I did not teach him that these are communication skills and these are oratory skills. I think it's genetic or it's hereditary, right? So he just got it from me. So this is how immanent, matlab, which is Intrinsic, if I say immanent beauty, मतलब वो बचपन से ही सुंदर है, the person doesn't need makeup, right? So immanent and eminent is famous. So vocab जब भी पढ़ते हो, please pay attention to homophones so that you don't mess up. Moving on to, you should also understand prefixes and suffixes. यहाँ पे एक example, different example. Now in the subsequent images you will find different examples. Orally I will try giving you something different. Excuse me. Now let's take a prefix. Prefix होता क्या है? Just a couple of letters, 2-3 letters which are added before a word, and suffixes which are added after a word. Let's take a prefix which is ambi, A-M-B-I, ambi. अब ambi का मतलब, अगर इस prefix का मतलब आप समझ जाओ, ambi is two. The meaning of the prefix ambi is two. Now we could have 4 words related to ambi, and that is ambivalent, ambidextrous, and ambiguous and ambivert. Yeah. So let's say हमको चारों नहीं पता, पर कुछ तो पता चल गया कि ये चारों में कुछ ये मीनिंग है कि कुछ टू का मीनिंग है, because ambi means two. Let's take up these words one by one. Let's say there are 2 categories of people generally लोग जो जानते हैं, introvert and extrovert. If I talk about myself, I'm an introvert. Somebody could be an extrovert. It means I don't like to socialize much, right? I am reserved. I like to keep to myself. I want some me time. Introvert. अब extrovert ये social है, friendly है. Now there is a word which is ambivert. So that's the clue for you. It's related to introvert and extrovert. क्या मतलब निकला ambivert का? Try attaching this meaning to it too. Type it. I'm waiting for your reply. Come on. Ambivert. I am neither an introvert nor an extrovert. I am an ambivert. क्या समझा? Based on ambi is two. Any reply?
They have written ambition. They're
Okay.
repeating the words, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
No,
ma'am. They
I
don't know the
don't-
meaning basically.
हाँ,
Yes,
okay.
ma'am.
नाउ इंट्रोवर्ट और एक्सट्रोवर्ट की जिसमें दोनों क्वालिटीज होती हैं, जो इंट्रोवर्ट भी है और एक्सट्रोवर्ट भी है, इज एन एम्बीवर्ट, which means, now let's say I use it for myself only, I'm an ambivert. Ambivert means whenever I want me time, जब मुझे अकेले रहना है, सोशलाइज नहीं करना है, आई डू दैट ऑल्सो. और जब कभी नीड होती है फ्रेंड्स बनाने की, सोशलाइज करने की, आई डू दैट एज वेल. आई एम इक्वली कंफर्टेबल डूइंग दैट. वो भी करना अच्छा लगता है और अकेले रहना भी अच्छा लगता है. सो हर समय पार्टी करना अच्छी बात नहीं होती, राइट? सो अकेले भी रहना होता है, राइट? सो therefore
Avni has written. Avni
Yeah.
Bhardwaj has written, ma'am.
Yeah.
In both the qualities of being both
Yeah.
introvert and
Yes,
extrovert.
yes. So ये हुआ अगर आप प्रीफिक्स को समझ जाओ, क्योंकि ambi मतलब two. So आया इस ambivert का मीनिंग क्या है? Having both qualities, having two qualities of introvert and extrovert. So like this we can work on vocabulary, and once I show you the subsequent images we can go deeper into it. As of now we'll quickly complete this 10 images. Now the next 7th one is the most popular one, जो आपकी generation के साथ you are into memes now. A fun way of learning vocabulary, a fun way. Now let's say there is a word which is okay, jettison, JETTISON. अब मैंने इसकी एक मीम देखी थी जहाँ पे एक लेडी है, शी इज सिटिंग ऑन हर डेस्क, समथिंग लाइक मी, एंड ये पेपर उठाया, ये फेंका, सेकंड उठाया, सेकंड फेंका, फेंकते ही जा रही है, शी इज जस्ट थ्रोइंग, एंड देन द वर्ड इज जेटिसन. So you just understand by looking at the meme. आपको डिक्शनरी देखने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. Jettison means she's just getting rid of it. वो थ्रो कर रही है वो पेपर, right? वो विजुअल इमेज देखा है, फनी तरीका देखा है. जेटिसन इज जनरली यूज्ड शिप्स और कार्गो के लिए. जैसे अगर आप ओवरलोड हो रहा है कार्गो पे या कुछ है, तो आप सी में ही अपना कार्गो फेंक देते हो. यू थ्रो दैट थिंग, राइट? सो यू जेटिसन द योर लगेज और ऑल ऑफ दैट. सो आप फेंक रहे हो. Then another meme I had seen related to Prime Minister Modi. Now let's say, have you ever seen Prime Minister Modi alone? अकेले तो नहीं होते ना, इनके साथ एक पूरा एंटूरेज होता है. जैसे 8-10 लोग इनके फॉलोअर्स, इनके बॉडीगार्ड, 8-10 इनके आगे पीछे, राइट? सो ये क्या है? रेटिन्यू. RETINUE, retinue. So it's this is a group of followers, actually, one who they with an actually a famous personality. Now the meme was a funny one. It's like generally PM Modi says mitro, so hey mitro, check my retinue, so something like that. So memes, get into memes, and I will be sharing with you certain websites. कुछ websites ऐसी हैं जो meme based vocabulary पे focus करते हैं. So I just talked about 2 memes, jettison and retinue. Then we have newspaper headlines. Without getting into the details of the news, only headlines have this much potential. सिर्फ headlines में इतना potential होता है कि आपको वो बहुत सारी vocab सिखा सकते हैं. So get into this habit of looking for, watching out for words, good words only from headlines. Then the 9th technique is avoid very. See, why should I avoid using very? Because let's say if I say I am very 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 happy, it means मुझे इसका वर्ड ही नहीं पता कि वेरी वेरी हैप्पी को बोलते क्या है इंग्लिश में. ये वेरी 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 करने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. आई कैन सिंपली से आई एम यूफोरिक, I am ecstatic, I was feeling euphoric when I cleared the interview. खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं रहा, right? I was feeling ecstatic when I saw whoever, शाहरुख खान और सिद्धार्थ मल्होत्रा, वरुण धवन in the mall. जैसे ही उनको देखा, probably they are my favorite, so खुशी का ठिकाना नहीं रहा. So avoid using very. Let's say you go to your garden, आपके सामने अचानक से there is a snake. So आप डरोगे नहीं, आप बहुत ज्यादा डर जाओगे. You will be shit scared actually, right? So अब very very scared के लिए words क्या हुए? Petrified, terrified, horrified, right? So avoid using very. That's another technique of learning vocabulary. आप very hot मत बोलो कि ये बहुत गर्म है, ये vessel, हाथ नहीं लगाया जा रहा. You say it's scalding. It's scalding. अब in Delhi particularly summers में, आप तो NCC cadets, आप अच्छी तरह जानते हो कि आप धूप में भी you know that very well. You are very much on the outdoors, so आपको पता है जो scorching heat कहते हैं, blistering, prickly, right? Scorching, blistering, prickly, ये सब कहते हैं. So very मत बोलो आप, avoid this. And then again, lastly, again trying to make vocabulary interesting, there is this word coach game on गूगल पे है. लेट्स से अभी आपने नाउ ललिता मैम वाज सेइंग आप गूगल कर रहे हो. सो अगर जैसे ही आपने लेट्स से एम्बीवर्ट यू मस्ट हैव गूगल, नीचे word coach game आती है. It starts a game. It asks you it will first ask you ambivert only and then दूसरे words. So total 5 words they give you और एक score देते हैं आपको. So that's how 4 on 5, 5 on 5 आपके कितने correct थे, कितने गलत थे. If you get into this habit of quizzing and gaming, believe me, ये जो स्कोर चीज होती है ना, जीतना, हार जीत, विनिंग, स्कोर, इससे एक एक्साइटमेंट बनी रहती है. सो प्लीज इस हैबिट में गेट इनटू दिस हैबिट ऑफ using the word coach game feature on Google. It's an app as well, right? So these are the 10 techniques. Can we move on, Lalita? All right. So as I said earlier, we will go into those techniques later, but I will touch upon the all the agenda for today's class, right? So agenda, second agenda, ye bhi tha, how to overcome fear of English speaking, right? That was our agenda. Is dar ko kaise dur bhagaye? So the only thing here is befriend the language. English se dosti kar lo, right? The next is fall in love with English. Yeah, love the language. Actually, you have to and the last but not the least, you have to have a strong desire or a will to learn and speak English. लर्न भी करना है और बोलना भी है, उसकी एक तीव्र इच्छा होनी चाहिए. There should be a fire in your belly, right? Itni aag honi chahiye andar. Only then, you know, you'll be able to be a good speaker. So I'll give you an example here. Let me give you an example. Many years ago, I don't even remember, 20 years ago or 30 years, I don't remember, I was hydrophobic. पानी का इतना डर था कि क्या कहने. Let's say even while taking a shower, I would fall short of breath. सांस नहीं आता था, इतना पानी का phobia था. Yeah, it was still the extreme. And then let's say I started learning swimming. तो आप सोच सकते हो, I was so hydrophobic, कैसे ही सीख सकता था बंदा. This was the only thing which helped me in swimming. You know what? कोच की एक भी बात काम नहीं आई मेरे. ना आर्म एक्शन, ना लेग एक्शन. मैम आप फ्लोटिंग करो, बस आप मैम आप कुछ मत करो, बस फ्लोट करो, कुछ मत करो. Nothing at all. What I did is I used to see that water as my enemy. So I started seeing it as my friend. उससे प्यार करने लगे. I started loving water basically, right? I started just being comfortable with water in the first place, right? So you have to love the water. सिर्फ पानी में ठहरना सीख लिया मैंने. And then swimming तो फिर it was a piece of cake, right? Then it was what? As easy as pie. Cake walk था. So basically befriend it. उसको अपना दुश्मन मत देखो, right? And fall in love with it. And of course, you have to have that strong desire or will to learn English. All right, moving on. Next image. All right. So now the third agenda is how to speak fluently. ये हमारा आज का टारगेट है ना, कि कैसे बात करें fluently. Now, how to talk fluently? I have written 3 things out here. 3 बातें लिखी हैं यहाँ. इसके जवाब में 3 जवाब हैं मेरे पास. Number 1 is, before you even learn how to speak fluently, you should have clarity on what exactly is fluently. Fluency. Fluency क्या होता है actually? Before I move on to this, yeah, you can just scroll up. Before I explain this image, इस image को समझने से पहले I'll give you another example of a parent. When earlier in the past, when I used to take spoken English classes, I had this parent come up to me and say, "Ma'am, मेरी बेटी को ऐसे English सिखा दो. I remember the word. I think I heard that word for the first time in my life that time." और वो वर्ड था, ये फराटेदार इंग्लिश बोलनी सीख जाए. एंड मैं भी आपके जैसे फिर फटाफट गूगलिंग, ये फराट, व्हाट्स दैट, राइट? सो एंड आई वाज लाइक ओके, मुझे इस आंटी ने कुछ सिखाया. आंटी ने ये सिखाया, मुझे साइकोलॉजी समझ में आई लोगों की. एंड देन देयर ऑन, आई मीन ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स हैं. एज ऑफ नाउ आई जस्ट गिव यू वन. So I've been coming across hundreds of such people where I get to know the psychology कि fluency को शायद आप समझ नहीं पाते हो कि fluency है क्या. So I've put a cross over here कि ये fluency नहीं है और ये है fluency. So cross and tick. So let's first understand, right, कि fluency है क्या नहीं है, पहले समझ लेते हैं, राइट? स्पीड तो नहीं है जो वो पेरेंट चाह रहा था कि ये वो बस फराटेदार बोलने लग जाए. स्पीड कि आप बहुत हाई स्पीड में बात कर रहे हो, जल्दी 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 बात कर रहे हो, दैट्स नॉट फ्लुएंसी एट ऑल, राइट। अच्छा, नेक्स्ट क्रॉसेस में ही आते हैं। और फ्लुएंसी ये भी नहीं है कि आप बस नॉन स्टॉप बोलते जाओ, बिना रुके, बिना कोई पॉजेज लिए। आप रुक नहीं रहे हो, आप सांस भी नहीं ले रहे हो, फॉर दैट मैटर यू आर ब्रीथिंग, बट आप पॉज नहीं ले रहे हो। देन अच्छा, एक और ये चीज, मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल डोंट नो दिस, नो फ्लर्स। कैन वी जस्ट स्क्रॉल अप? ओके, ये जो वर्ड्स हैं, लेट्स से या डिड आई नॉट यूज yeah, so like we do this like, well, you know, ये ऐसे हम करते हैं। एंड मोस्ट ऑफ द पीपल, इवन स्पोकन इंग्लिश ट्रेनर्स कहते हैं नहीं नहीं ये मत यूज करो, दे आर फिलर्स, डोंट यूज देम, बट आई एडवाइस यू अगेंस्ट इट। ऐसा नहीं है कि फ्लुएंसी का मतलब है कि कोई फिलर्स यूज नहीं करने हैं, रादर यू शुड यूज फिलर्स। इवन नेटिव इंग्लिश स्पीकर्स जिनकी ये लैंग्वेज है ना, यूएसए, अमेरिका, यूनाइटेड किंगडम, ब्रिटेन, वो भी लाइक यू नो वो भी करते हैं, राइट? तो दे आर सो फ्लुएंट। वो क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं? बिकॉज ये गुड पॉजेज में आ जाता है। ये तो गुड पॉज है, इट्स अ गुड पॉज, इट्स अ फिल्ड पॉज। सो जो मॉडर्न थिंकिंग है वो ये कहती है कि फ्लुएंसी ये नहीं है। सो बस्ट दीज मिथ्स, इन मिथ्स को उठा के कहीं फेंक दो। दैट फ्लुएंसी का मतलब है जल्दी जल्दी मैं बोल पाऊंगी एक दिन। आप अपना ऑब्जेक्टिव ही पहले ठीक सेट करो, राइट? तो अपना एम पहले ठीक सेट करो कि ये सब मुझे नहीं करना है। तो करना क्या है? ये करना है। नाउ इन द टिक सेक्शन, इफ यू कैन जस्ट स्क्रॉल अप अ बिट, या ऑल राइट। आई हैड सीन कि कल आपने एक यशोधरा राज मैम थी, उनका सेशन अटेंड किया था, कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, कल या परसों, वॉट एवर वॉज द डे। नाउ I remember she giving you all of this, right? So exactly that is what I want to reinforce today and reiterate today. वही बात repeat करूंगी आज कि उन्होंने जो बोला वो बिल्कुल ठीक है कि language is not just about you know the spoken word. आपको वो एक pie chart भी याद होगा, उन्होंने दिखाया था 7%। मेरा मैसेज आप तक सिर्फ इन वर्ड्स के माध्यम से 7% जा रहा है। बाकी क्या है? बाकी है मेरा आई कॉन्टैक्ट, वेदर आई एम स्माइलिंग और नॉट, माई हैंड जेस्चर्स, वेदर आई एम कॉन्फिडेंट और नॉट, एंड द एंटायर पॉजिटिविटी इन मी एंड माई ओवरऑल पर्सनैलिटी। ये जरूरी है रादर दैन, सो हम जरूरत से ज्यादा वर्ड्स को इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं। सो वी जस्ट क्विकली समराइज दैट ये सब कुछ पूरे पैकेज में आता है। इंग्लिश के बॉडी लैंग्वेज आपकी अच्छी होनी चाहिए, यू शुड बी कॉन्फिडेंट, यू शुड स्पीक विथ ईज, जस्ट बी रिलैक्स्ड, just be comfortable with who you are, right? No hesitation, बिना झिझक के बोलना और बिना रुके बोलना, इसमें फर्क है। इस बात को समझो, just try and understand that, right? So no hesitation और non stop में फर्क है। झिझक नहीं है आपको, आप आराम से बोल रहे हो, चाहे आप pauses ले रहे हो, no problem, right? So just try and understand. Filled pause I've already explained कि ये जो हम बीच में we do this, we're trying to think of something, absolutely fine, just be comfortable with it. इसके साथ बिल्कुल comfortable रहो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, right? And then intonation means what? Varying your voice, हाई पिच, लो पिच, आप अपनी आवाज ऊंची करते हो, आवाज नीची करते हो, बेस्ड ऑन आपका मूड क्या है या आप बोल क्या रहे हो, उसके ऊपर बेस्ड है। सो योर इंटोनेशन, योर चेयरफुलनेस, एज इन योर स्माइलिंग फेस, राइट? एंड देयर हैज टू बी दैट फेंट स्माइल ऑन योर फेस। इट डजंट मीन हर से मुस्कुराते रहोगे, आई एम नॉट ट्राइंग टू से दैट, बट एक हल्की सी एक खुशी फेस पे होनी चाहिए, एंड दैट पॉजिटिव ऑरा, आई कॉन्टैक्ट एंड हैंड जेस्चर्स, ये सब आता है फ्लुएंसी में। यू विल बी सरप्राइज्ड टू नो। सो ऑब्जेक्टिव अपना क्लियर करना कि यू नो इफ यू आर लुकिंग फॉर फ्लुएंसी, आपको पता होना चाहिए ये है आपका टारगेट, ना कि ये। ओके, मूविंग ऑन।
Ma'am, they have raised 2-3 doubts.
Okay,
They
go
have
ahead.
asked, ma'am, sometimes it happens that we learn the word meaning and understand it, but it happens that we don't use it in our communication. How to overcome that?
Yeah. So here it has to be, and who has asked, can I have the name?
I'm Khyati Agarwal.
Khyati. Khyati, the answer to your question is you have to use it consciously. If you talk, I'll give you my example. Let's say I am into this habit of word of the day. Have this dictionary app on my phone, एक word of the day. So even if it's not word of the day, let's say कोई नया वर्ड मैंने देखा, आई एम वॉचिंग अ हॉलीवुड मूवी, नेटफ्लिक्स पे कुछ देख रही हूँ, कोई वेब सीरीज देख रही हूँ, कुछ नया वर्ड, I make it a point to use that word within the next 4 to 5 days. I have to use that word. एक तरीके से if loosely in Hindi if I give it to you, जबरदस्ती आप वो word use कर दो, चिपका दो बस कहीं. So it's a conscious decision, and that I do. Right? So I make sure to use that word, because only when you're going to use that word and immediately within the next 2 to 4 days. Otherwise, as Khyati, you rightly said, vocabulary volatile hoti hai, bahut jaldi ud jayegi. You're going to forget it, right? Okay. Now moving on.
One more
Next.
question is there. What is the difference between hesitation and pauses?
Now, there is something known as good pause and right pause. I'll explain this to you first, and then it's related to your answer only. एक होता है bad pause. Bad pause क्या होता है? Bad pause मतलब आप रुक रहे हो, पर क्यों? क्योंकि आप सोच रहे हो, अच्छा इसके लिए क्या वोकैबुलरी वर्ड था, क्या एक अच्छा सा वर्ड था, वो ही यूज करना था मुझे, आपकी सुई वहीं अटक गई है उसी वर्ड पे. Move on, man. To hell with that word. To hell with that word. उसको simple language में कह दो. So ये है bad pause. If you are stopping to think about a good vocabulary word or correct grammar, ये है bad pause, right? And a good pause is like I did right now. I am actually thinking of giving you the correct answer. So a good pause is you are acting intellectual, philosophical, you are thinking on the right track. आपकी कोशिश पूरी है कि सामने वाले को मैं एक एक्यूरेट और एक सही जवाब दे सकूं. So not because of vocabulary और grammar, इसके ट्रैप में मत फंस जाना. Although आप सोचोगे ये तो बहुत ironical है, paradoxical है, आज का सेशन ही vocab है, but yes, do not give over importance to vocabulary and grammar, right? So wo who are good pause, that you are thinking to reply to the satisfaction of the listener. Now hesitation just means you have fear और झिझक है आपको, आप कोई चीज आपको रोक रही है बात करने से, अपना मुंह खोलने से, to put forward your point, something is stopping you, and that something could be many things. Could be लोग क्या कहेंगे, right? What would people say? ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगा? Or people are into this habit of thinking in Hindi in mind and then translating in English. So Hindi to English translation, all of this, so this comes under hesitation, कि आपको झिझक है, डर है, कोई चीज आपको रोक रही है बात करने से. And again, fear of being judged by people. सबसे बड़ा fear होता है कि ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगा, इसको इतना भी नहीं आता, he's going to think this way about me. So ये जो fear है, that is hesitation basically, and that's the difference between hesitation and good pauses and bad pauses. So I hope it's understood. Yes.
One more question is there. What do we do when we have self-doubt? But when we reach the point, things eventually gets messed up.
When you have self-doubt, the answer here is I think you are into people pleasing. People pleasing means लोगों को खुश करने की जो आदत है. Obviously आप सोचोगे मैं तो नहीं ऐसे करता, पर ये एक सबकॉन्शियस हैबिट होती है कि ये मुझसे नाराज ना हो जाए, या ये मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेगा, ये सब भी पीपल प्लीजिंग में आ जाता है. So the answer to your question is what to do if you have self doubt. Stop people pleasing, and public opinion should hold this value, zero value to you, right? कि कोई आपके बारे में क्या सोचता है, that is this for you, right? It's not that I'm not trying to tell you to become somebody, egoistic or arrogant. It's not that. It's belief in myself. I accept myself the way I am. I embrace myself and I love myself. That's it. So self love and stop people pleasing will take care of self doubt. So can I move on?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now there's this power of intonation. इंटोनेशन, जैसे कि पहली वाली इमेज में लिखा था ब्रैकेट में, हाई पिच लो पिच. इट्स बेटर एक्सप्लेन्ड हियर. I think Yashodhara ma'am also touched upon this. She did say कि she said sorry 3 तरीके से बोल के दिखाया. sorry कोई मतलब नाम के लिए बोल रहे हो sorry. So this is about how you speak and whether you're raising your voice, are you polite and all of that. Now look at this. ये ग्राफ बनाने की कोशिश की है मैंने for you, right? जैसे let's say अब आप बॉलीवुड मूवीज इमेजिन करो. यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छे से समझ जाओगे. बॉलीवुड मूवीज में दिखाते हैं, हिंदी मूवीज में कोई पेशेंट हॉस्पिटल में है तो देखते होंगे ना, ऐसे ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है, मतलब उसकी सांस चल रही है, जिंदा है, राइट? तो ये इसका ग्राफ ऐसे दिखेगा. और फिर मूवीज में दिखाते हैं ना, अच्छा ठीक है सीधी लाइन आ गई, मतलब पेशेंट इज नो मोर, राइट, डेड है. नाउ हाउ कैन वी जस्ट स्क्रॉल अप? हाउ डू आई associate this with speaking fluently, or I mean to be a good speaker? To be a good speaker, ये जो ग्राफ था जहाँ पे पिच में वेरिएशन आ रहा था, ऊपर नीचे आपकी आवाज जाती है, आप कभी धीरे बोलते हो, कभी ऊंचा बोलते हो, ये एक ही सेंटेंस में भी आप कर सकते हो. ये you can just say me, just notice me throughout the entire session. Yeah, sometimes I go very soft and sometimes I am very aggressive, you must notice, right? So that's how. तो ये person जिंदा है, मतलब तो जो भी जिंदा होगा उसकी पिच में हाई पिच लो पिच जाएगा, वो ऊपर नीचे उसकी आवाज होगी. और अगर आप एक मोनोटोन में बोलते हो, मोनो मतलब वन, और एक ही टोन में, आई रिमेम्बर मैम ने आपको एक लाइन भी रीड करके बताई थी. लेट्स से हम यहीं से पढ़ लेते हैं, लर्निंग वोकैबुलरी टेक्निक्स. ये आई मीन इट्स जस्ट मोनोटोन. लर्निंग वोकैबुलरी टेक्निक्स. अगर आपने देखा, मैंने वोकैबुलरी वर्ड पे फोकस किया क्योंकि वही मेन है. सो दैट्स हाउ आपको पिच ऊपर नीचे करना है अपना, तो वहां से मैसेज क्लियर जाता है सामने वाले को. एंड इट्स नॉट अबाउट द वर्ड. इस वर्ड को तो, ये वोकैबुलरी वर्ड्स को तो हम जरूरत से ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस देते हैं. इट्स अबाउट वो बोला कैसे गया है, दैट्स मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. मूविंग ऑन. Yeah. Now the second, so we were doing, I'll take back to the agenda. हमारा agenda यहाँ ये था, how to speak fluently. So पहला था target, clarity चाहिए हमको. पहले तो clarity होनी चाहिए कि fluency होती क्या है, होता क्या है, right? वो clarity, we got that clarity. Now the second answer to how to speak fluently is work on your listening skills. अपने listening skills पे work करो. I'll show you the association. Why? In every language we have 4 components, L, S, R, W, right? Listening, speaking, reading, writing. Now what is the association of all of this? The more you listen, the better you will speak. The more you read, the better you will write. जितना ज्यादा सुनोगे उतना अच्छे से बोल पाओगे, और जितना रीड करोगे उतना अच्छे से लिख पाओगे, कोई रिटन एग्जामिनेशन अच्छे से दे पाओगे फिर, राइट? एंड नॉट स्पीकिंग. सो फाइनली, वी कैन स्क्रॉल अप. I just to confirm, Lalita ma'am, are they able to see the screen? No?
Yes, ma'am. They are. They are posing questions one by one.
You can. I'll take a pause and you can put forward that question. So finally, we learned that you're supposed to work on your listening skills. Listen more. Consume everything in English. If you talk about me, I'll tell you. I've written consume everything in English. No? I drink English. I eat English. I sleep English. I live English. I breathe English. Right? I am so much in love with the language. Right? So हर चीज इंग्लिश में आप कंज्यूम करो. बी सेल्फिश विथ योर टाइम. कुछ ऐसे वीडियोस वॉच करो, इजी वीडियो कंटेंट. शुरू करना है, लेट्स से कार्टून्स एंड इंग्लिश में उसको ट्रांसफर करना, उसके मोड को, लैंग्वेज को इंग्लिश में, नॉट द हिंदी. सो इवन इफ यू आर वाचिंग बी इट एनी कार्टून यू कैन टेक, सो कोई भी कार्टून हो, change the mode to English language. So start with easy video content and then you can move on to YouTube and Netflix and radio and podcast. ऐसे बहुत तरीके हैं. पॉइंट ये है हर चीज को इंग्लिश में कंज्यूम करो. बी सेल्फिश विथ योर टाइम. टाइम को डोंट जस्ट वेस्ट योर टाइम. इसको डूम स्क्रॉलिंग बोलते हैं. कोई काम नहीं, कुछ नहीं, बस फ्री है, बस देखते जाओ क्या है, किसका मैसेज आया, कुछ नहीं, कोई काम नहीं है हमें फेसबुक पे, ट्विटर पे, इंस्टाग्राम पे, बस चलो बस देख. Don't do this. This is doom scrolling, right? Be selfish with your time. Watch such content which adds value to yourself, right? Which gives you some perspective, which makes you think something. तो intentional होके content watch किया करो कि इससे मुझे क्या सीखने को मिला. Of course, I'm not trying to say आप entertainment videos watch नहीं कर सकते हो. Entertainment is an equal part of life, but yeah. Be selfish with your time. Yeah, come up with the questions.
Ma'am, I have written कि हम लोग पहले class attend करेंगे. Reason being, they have so many things to ask, and I'm sure once they attend the class, then only they'll be able to get the satisfaction.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So you have summarized the doubts, which means to me that's what.
No, that is not done, ma'am. We will do it, ma'am. But I feel, ma'am, since they haven't attended the class so far. So I've requested them. We'll take the question session later in the later part of the conversation.
Yeah, the Q&A.
Yes, Q&A
yes, in some other class you are trying to say, or this class?
In the same class, ma'am. Or else, yes, ma'am. I'm saying this. If it is in the same class, or else in the next session, whenever.
Okay, yes, we can arrive at an answer here. Let me ask you something. Till what time do I have with these students? 31. Till what time I can
given,
go?
Otherwise, it's generally it is 1 hour class, and right
So,
now they have so many things to ask. Actually, I think we would require another session with you, and in that session, ma'am, firstly for this session, I'll ask the question whichever they have posed, and in the second session, whichever we would plan together for them, in that session we'll do firstly the session part and then the Q&A, so that they know actually what is to be done, because right now they have so many queries, and ma'am, they have written so many things in the chat box. So for that matter,
it's a very good news actually. If they have questions, I'm very, very happy. And you know what, Lalita ma'am, I would be very happy, like let's say this pandemic situation normalizes, we can even meet up, and I can actually give them some offline classes. So I'd be very happy to meet all of you. So if that does not work, then of course the online this medium is there.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, we would try both ways, whatever suits them and you also, ma'am. So ma'am, for the session, ma'am, I'll just ask the question which they have posed. They have asked how to overcome hesitation. They have hesitation, how to overcome that.
I'll give you a hack here. एक clever trick है, एक strategy है. It's a funny one though, but it works. Strategy ये है, let's say आपको hesitation है, डर है, और मैंने आपको कह दिया just address a crowd of 25 people or 50 people, 100 people, कितने भी हैं, I'm telling you, आके जरा stage पे give a speech, and you're like, ऐसे कैसे, right? I'm shit scared. मैं तो I'm petrified and horrified and terrified. मैं तो बहुत डर लग रहा है, मेरे पैर कांप रहे हैं इस समय, क्या करूँ मैं? You know what the strategy is? सामने जो audience बैठी है, just visualize them as apples and mangoes and tomatoes and pineapples, right? I mean here I am not trying to say कि ये attitude develop कर लो अपने mind में कि ये तो कोई कुछ भी नहीं है मेरे सामने. Not that. I'll give you the psychology behind this. The psychology is ये मन को हम जो समझा देते हैं ये समझ जाता है. It's very trainable, So इसको बस ये train कर दो कि there's just nobody. Apples and pineapples and papayas and tomatoes. The next strategy is, इसकी next strategy है, from the far it will look like you are having an eye contact with them, but don't have an eye contact with them. यहाँ पे देखो, look at the forehead or look here. So दूर से देखने में लगेगा that you are having an eye contact. So क्योंकि क्या होता है, if you just look right into the eye of the person, right, if you are not confident, I'm talking about somebody who has hesitation or fear, तो अगर आप स्पीच दे रहे हो और किसी की आंख में आंख डाल के बात करें तो आप और डर जाओगे, उसके एक्सप्रेशंस को आप जल्दी कैच कर लोगे, और वो हंस रहा है तो आपको भी हंसी आएगी, या आपको बुरा लगेगा कि ये मुझ पे क्यों हंस रहा है, दोनों में से कोई भी चीज हो सकती है, राइट. सो उसकी हंसी से आपको हंसी भी आ सकती है, सो कुछ भी हो सकता है. सो द थिंग इज, शुरू में इनिशियली इस आई कांटेक्ट को डिसीव करना है, थोड़ा सा क्लेवर प्ले करना होता है यहाँ पे. you watch, start above, look in such a way that you are looking at the forehead or here, hair actually. So these are the two clever techniques to overcome hesitation and fear. And any question?
Ma'am, second question, they have said, you said, ma'am, listening would be good if you have to chase what the word as pronounced. So second thing, they've asked whether I mostly watch English speech or movie. I always get stuck in translating that subtitle in Hindi. How do we get rid of that habit? They don't understand sometimes the title or the translated word.
All right. If you don't understand, don't care. I'll help you with it. क्यों care नहीं करना है? क्योंकि what happens is, let's say today you are watching your first Hollywood movie. पहली बार जिंदगी में, of course आप बहुत देख चुके होंगे. I'm not saying that, but एक example ले रही हूँ. First time you are watching a Hollywood movie, English movie with subtitles. एक परसेंटेज ले लेते हैं, इस पर्सन को कितना समझा होगा, चलो लेट्स से 10% समझा है. बट what helps over here is, what do you think, वो words help कर रहे हैं, वो जो नीचे इंग्लिश सबटाइटल्स आ रहे हैं, no, वो हेल्प कर ही नहीं रहा है, थोड़ा बहुत कर रहा होगा. what's helping? The visual image, जो सामने स्टोरी बिल्ड हो रही है, वो हेल्प करता है. I'll support this point with the help of an example. Let's say I'll give you very confusing words now, very hi-fi and tough vocabulary words. चलो देते हैं. Pandemonium, ruckus, chaos, mayhem, commotion. चलो मान लिया इसमें से एक भी नहीं समझा, चलो. But then let's say I give you a Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha scene, Parliament scene, right? And अब एक न्यूज आ रही है, Pandemonium in the Lok Sabha, ruckus in the Lok Sabha. Let's say कहीं बाढ़ आ गई है, mayhem on the roads, right? So अब, और वो images में आपको दिख क्या रहा है? वो इमेजेस में दिख रहा है ये जो पार्लियामेंटेरियंस हैं एक दूसरे से लड़ रहे हैं, बहस कर रहे हैं, पूरा कंफ्यूजन है, लड़ाई हो रही है, चीखना चिल्लाना हो रहा है पार्लियामेंट में. समटाइम्स इवन कुर्सियां उठा के फेंकी हैं एक दूसरे पे, गोइंग इन द वेल ऑफ द स्पीकर, वहां पे भी जाके खड़े हो गए हैं, बैंगिंग द डेस्क. बहुत कुछ देखा होगा आपने भी पार्लियामेंट की प्रोसीडिंग्स में, लोकसभा. और सिर्फ आपको, चलो लेट्स से यू डोंट नो दिस वर्ड ना, पैंडेमोनियम इन लोकसभा, सामने इमेज तो दिख रही है ना, इमेज दिख रही है क्या हो रहा है. सो दैट्स इट, associate that's the power of visual image. So even if you don't understand the English subtitles, not a problem, don't care. So let's say first movie में हमारी understanding हुई 10%, it will build, don't you think? You will agree with me. Second movie में थोड़ा सा और इसको ज़्यादा समझने लगेगा, third, fourth, and believe me, after 50 to 60 movies, 40 movies, 30 movies, don't you think आपने अगर इस लेवल से शुरू किया था, वो सबटाइटल्स कोई 10% समझे हैं, तो आप 30% पे पहुंच गए हो 30 movies वॉच करके. So वो लेवल अपने आप बढ़ता है. You know what, with movies you do not need to keep a dictionary with you. मूवी का तो सारा मजा ही किरकिरा हो जाएगा. You will not enjoy the movie. True? Right. So just involve yourself in the movie, visual image देखो, story कहाँ build हो रही है, story कहाँ जा रही है, उससे associate कर लो, अंदाजा लगा लो, समझ में आ जाएगा. और जितना आ गया काफी है, काफी है. You will build this way. You will build this way. That's the answer to your question.
Ma'am, we'll take it as a last question for today because I know learning is a process, I think. It
Yeah.
takes time and they are actually curious and they were waiting since I think 1 week to have your
Yeah.
session today.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
the question is a $100 million question, I think. How to improve English? Ma'am, 3 ways they have asked. If the golden ways, if you can summarize, because I'm sure they actually are requesting ki we need to have different sessions with you.
Huh.
But yes, for today, ma'am, to summarize it, because I know being a teacher, you won't get stuck. Being students, they don't want to leave you, and they have the registration power still with them, ma'am. But the time limit says that we have to wind up for today,
Yeah. Yeah.
ma'am.
So
3 ways,
the
if you can just
three,
tell them.
three ways to improve English. Number one is you know what, you can just think of those 10 tips only. That is not only, that doesn't work only for vocabulary, it works throughout for English also. So number one tip would be listening. Work on your listening and watching easy video content. As I said earlier, begin with cartoons, then move on to good YouTube videos and Netflix and so on and so forth. फिर तो level increase होता जाता है, Hollywood movies. But begin easy, go easy. So the first step is enjoy. Enjoy the language. Enjoy the language. Begin with easy video content. Number two is observation. Just observe, like right now in my session, you can just observe me. What do I do? How do I do? How do I speak? What is the body language, eye contact, hand gestures, intonation? Just observe that. This technique is known as shadowing. कॉपी करो इसको, ये एक ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी है. लेट्स से इफ यू लाइक समवन, यू वुड वांट टू मिरर दैट पर्सन. वो कॉपी कैट वर्ड होता है, गलत बात नहीं है, अच्छी बात है, अच्छी बात है. कॉपी करो, इफ इट्स गुड यू कॉपी इट, राइट? सो नंबर वन, एंजॉय बाय वाचिंग इजी वीडियो कंटेंट. नंबर टू, ऑब्जर्वेशन. एंड नंबर थ्री इज set aside your ego. These are actually three simple steps to learn English. Now you might think ego कहाँ से आ गया? Of course आता है. लोग English को अपनी self respect या dignity या उससे associate कर लेते हैं. That what will people think, as I told you earlier, and get rid of this translation thing. लोग क्या कहेंगे and all of that. And Hindi to English translations, don't do that. Start thinking in English. Start thinking in English so that you get rid of this translation thing. So the third thing for you is set your ego aside. By that I mean, even if somebody makes fun of you or doesn't really think great of you or puts you down, tells you that इतना भी नहीं आता, ये वर्ड नहीं पता तुमको, ये तो बहुत कॉमन है, something like this, trying to put you down. Take it easy. Embrace yourself. Embrace your mistakes. Embrace your mistakes. Only then you'll be a good learner. So enjoy, observation, set your ego aside, and embrace your mistakes. That's all I have to tell you. And English is an ongoing learning process, as Lalita ma'am rightly said. Yeah, so looking forward to another session with you.
They have filled the chat box with this request.
Yeah.
Ma'am, do you have a YouTube channel? Can we have your number? I've said no to all these. I've said all to no because I know, ma'am, how busy schedule is there with you. And I myself, being your student, I know what actually you do. And it is not in words. I'm speechless for this, ma'am. I'm really thankful that you could give us some sort of time to us, some point of time from your busy schedule. Ma'am, we look forward for another sessions with you. I think not one session, many
Yeah,
sessions.
sure.
All the
I
cadets are there, ma'am. They are really thanking you.
Same here. I mean, the pleasure is all mine, and I am equally excited and looking forward. And by the way, let me tell you one secret. I had prepared so much, so many images. इसका 30% भी cover नहीं हुआ है, so I have to cover that. I have to cover that, right? So for you especially, I wrote all of that because my content changes based on the audience. So आपकी needs के according I prepared the content, right? So therefore the secret is there with you. The content is already ready, so yeah, you can have a session with me anytime.
Ma'am, these days we are having GYAN PRAVAH series of different lectures, different themes, whereby we are covering on fitness and obviously on the personality development as per se. But yes, this was a session where they actually wanted, because this is the need of hour. They have to be presentable in front of public. So English is the key for
Yeah,
them, ma'am.
yeah.
So for that matter, ma'am, I would request if sometime more can be given in the coming week, because since till 21st June, ma'am, since yoga day is there,
Hmm.
so till that time to ma'am, we have packed up sessions. But then just
After that.
exclusively for English with you, I would request you, ma'am, for another web series, especially on the YouTube live.
Sure,
Thank
we
you.
can make it work. We can make it
Mm.
work. Yeah, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Thanks a ton from all. Ma'am, before culminating it for today, I would just play the national anthem because it's a ritual for us which we follow.
So we're supposed to stand, needless to say, or what? No.
No, ma'am, it's just because it is a visual. Ma'am, it depends. Cadets do stand up every time. Yes, ma'am.
मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you, ma'am. Here,
Ple-
I would say
Pleasure is mine. Yeah.
I would say that, ma'am, without you, I think this would be possible that, these cadets would get to learn, because there are very poor people also involved and they are actually needy. And today, I know, ma'am, 500 plus students of different universities, different schools of Greater Noida, they have been live with you. And this actual link was given in Oliver Ghaziabad group headquarters to be seen by each and every cadet, ranging from, ma'am, say Hapur, Bulandshahr, Shamli, then Ghaziabad, then this place, Ghaziabad, then pura Greater Noida. And you have been wonderful, ma'am. I don't have words for you.
I should be grateful to you. I should be grateful to you that you have
I'm your
made it
student always.
accessible. Yeah, you have made it accessible to all. You have made it accessible to so many students out there. That is very important. Yeah. So all thanks to you.
Okay, ma'am. Jai Hind, cadet. Jai Hind, ma'am.
Yeah.
Vande
Jai Hind.
Mataram.